Hello again everyone, and today we'll be taking a look at my account. My account will be about a year old, towards the 20th of April time. I started this account as an alt account, but it's progressively become the centre of my attention, and I ditched what used to be my main. I just claimed some rewards here. I wanted for this account its first GL to be GL Leia Organa. At the time, it was the newest GL because it was before the release of Ahsoka, and she is still widely considered to be the best overall GL. So I started planning out my account. And this is what I came up with. I want to start off with two very good teams that are quite somewhat Cairo light, as you could say. Both only require one character to have Cairo tech before Gear 12. I start off with Phoenix. Phoenix is an amazing overall squad, extremely well-rounded, does all kinds of stuff. 2 Omicrons, 1 for Territory War, because Territory War, despite people not liking it very much, it's still an extremely important game mode, especially once you get into the brackets where you're obtaining droid brains per victory. And Krex's Gak Omi is an extremely good Omi for 5v5, though it also increases his speed in the 3v3 as well, so he can be faster. I've got a Power Jade team here. I have got the Royal Guard Zeta. Yes, I know not everyone likes the Royal Guard Zeta, but more tanky is more good on tanks. So therefore he has not amazing mods right now, but in the future I will be working on those. And then I started planning ahead, so I came with the conclusion that the Veers Imperial Trooper team featuring Piet, Dark Trooper, Gideon and Range would be the best next option. Again, not extremely expensive in terms of Cairo tech, but this time it's 3 characters instead of 1. But it would also allow me to retain R2-D2, and also Pierre is a requirement for the Executor, which is a bonus. And then I went to Bounty Hunters, because my plan was to do Leia and then immediately move into Executor. As you'll see in a minute, that plan has now changed. And I wanted a Bounty Hunter team, because number one, Bounty Hunters are a really good early game team, useful in the collect challenges, and it's really cheap. The OG, as some people like to call it, Bounty Hunter team, which features not Grief and Mando, but instead has IG-88 and Cad Bane, requires no Cairo tech until Gear 13, and is also good for credit heist events really early in the game. And then I moved on to planning really far ahead, so I went to Ewoks. Oh, one thing for the Bounty Hunters that I forgot to mention, Chewbacca event. Bounty Hunters required for the Chewbacca event, and the Chewbacca's a really good character. And then I went to Ewoks because I wanted to see a CLS team really early on, though as my plans have changed, the CLS team is getting pushed a little bit further back. But CLS, good team, good well-rounded team. Han's first shoot, or whatever, I can't remember, is the Zeta that Han has. Immediately lets you take initiative and lots of damage output. And then we go to a Jedi Knight Revan team. Jedi Knight Revan's a really well-rounded team. I've put Hoda on there because Hoda is in fact a Jedi Knight Luke requirement, and we'll be moving into him in a second. And then I put Jolee and Bastila in there because they're his Rex, and Yoda in there for a bit of damage output. And then Wampa, because Wampa is a legend, can solo entire teams in GAC with 1 Omicron. As I will show you in a minute, Wampa probably has some of my best mods, coincidentally. Look, this was not by design, and it just so happened that I got really good speed rolls. And then we're moving into the Jedi Knight Luke farm. Jedi Knight Luke will be the first really significant journey guide event that I do. From the start, I plan to do this as the first really big thing. though that's now changed as I've shifted my perspective towards the Executor. And then, of course, layer, I will be doing a Baze and Old Ben as the 4th and 5th layer team, because I will intend on using other characters in elsewhere. And then we're moving into Aiden. Aiden's a really good team. GAC, especially with GAC Omi, Inquiz, because Reaver Shards are amazing. And also they have an assault battle as well as the trade team, which is a Sith team, and so therefore I will be using them in the Sith assault battle. And then moving to Darth Revan, a Dash Rendar team, which is kind of just there because I already have BAM because of Executed by this point. I will already have Dash because it's a profundity wreck. I'll have Queel and IG because they're required for BAM, and L3 just to finish off the team. And here we've got Mon Mothma squad, again, requirements, Mon Mothma for Jedi Master Luke, Kyle Katarn for Star Killer, Englishing, Cara Dune for BAM, and then throwing in Hoth Rebel Soldier. Hold on, I thought that's meant to be Scout. Yes, Hoth Rebel Scout. I don't know why I've got Hoth Rebel Soldier here. Hold on, let me very quickly remedy that. Because Hoth Rebel Soldier, he has one use. The Rolo mission in Lightside Hoth, which is basically useless because there's now a Lightspeed bundle for that. Which one is Scout? Let me just double check this is the right one. Yes, this is the right one. Turn meter game. That's the one you want. Don't know why I had Hoth Rebel Soldier in there for some reason. And we're going to a Star Killer, because I would already have gotten Mara Jade, Dash Rendar, Kyle Katarn, and I will only lack one requirement. I can't remember who it is. Hold on. Who is the Lost Star Killer requirement? And then, as you just saw, I will be moving into a Jabba. 1 second while I go forget who Star Killer's requirements are again. Darth Talon. I'll already have Darth Talon as well, because Darth Talon will be the 5th on my trade team. Alright, that's the plan. That plan will take probably a few more years to get there. And now let's look at where I'm up to. So that was the plan that I originally started with at the very beginning. This was like week 1 or week 2. Now I've shifted my focus as Lightspeed bundles have come out, and I've changed my perspective on things. So I finished my Phoenix and I finished my Mara J team, and I'm currently working on 2 things right now. Number 1 is getting enough signal data to get Palpatine to Relic 7, because I don't have any signal data right now, and that's because of these 2. No, not yet. These 2. Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. I farmed these 2 because they have an assault battle that requires just the 2 of them. Their assault battle gives some of the most amazing rewards in the whole game. Like millions of credits, mod slicing materials, relic materials, signal data, all in their assault battle. And it's just 2 characters. And then right now I'm currently gearing my Imperial Troopers as I gear myself up to go towards Executor. And as you can see by my fleet look, I have almost all of the ships pretty much done. It just, the one that's furthest behind in terms of requirements, because Punisher 1 is not a requirement for it, just it's the very good lifter ship for the Executor that CG made way too overpowered for some reason. So instead, well, not instead, hold on. The furthest behind requirement for my Executor farm is IG 2000, which I've just got to 6-star. Just yesterday, I believe. And so this is not incredibly far away. Yes, ships take a long time to farm, but in terms of the value you can get from Executor at the minute, because of the Punishing One's ability to make it take down profundities and some Negotiator fleets, it means that I can climb to the very top of Fleet Arena. And to those of you that don't know, once you get into the top 50 of Fleet Arena, you start earning crystals, which are an extremely valuable currency to have for refreshes, to improve your mods, to get more Kyrotech, to farm signal data faster, because that is the worst bottleneck in the whole game, in my opinion, not Kyrotech. And it allows you to do a whole bunch of stuff. After that's done, it's just Bounty Hunters and TIE Pilot. TIE Pilot is just going to sit at R5 for a very long time, because the only use that he has is really with an Enoch or on DTMG squad. I'm not farming that for a long time. Outside of that, let's take a look at my mods. So here are my mods right now. All of the random Lightspeed bundle characters I have, because I purchased the Ewok bundle, Shadows of the Empire bundle, which is why I have Biggs and the Ewoks. And I also purchased the Jedi Allies, the Cam, and the Hoth Lightspeed bundles. I don't know why it overcame me to take Luminora to R7. I just did, apparently. And now I live to regret it, because I don't have signal data for anything anymore. And as a byproduct from the Hoth bundle, I have Wampa. And these are my Wampa mods. To those of you who don't know how to mod Wampa, it's Health and Tenacity. I've gone for a 2 health set, 1 tenacity set loadout for my Wampa. And in the process of rolling her mods, I ended up with this 26 speed arrow, which is the fastest mod on my account, and as I'm going to show you in a minute, this is going straight on my layer as soon as I have her. I then have this very nice triangle, though it could be a little bit faster. Offense is really nice here, and it could be something I could use on someone else later, but for right now, it's staying on Wampa. Really good English, yes, amazing. I don't use shapes anymore. Nice cross here for Wampa, lots of health and some speed. This mod was originally on my Rex, but because my Wampa mods were so good, I decided to swap my Rex mod, because my Rex mod was slower than the one I had on Wampa. And then we've got some pretty okay square and diamond here. Let's look at my Mara Jade. Here's my Mara Jade. So Mara Jade, speed and potency. Lots of speed and lots of potency. This square is rather unfortunate. It'd be really nice if I could calibrate this into more speed. But right now I have other things to do with my micro attenuators, and they're not the most common thing to come across, unfortunately. This is a pretty good diamond, 24 speed, it's max on speed, but unfortunately for Mara, it's not got any potency on it, which means that I might need to find a better one in the future. This is a pretty decent mod outside of the fact I have 3 rolls in flat defense, which is no good for Mara at all, considering she spends almost the whole battle under stealth. But pretty good potency on that. This arrow, 12% potency. Let me just show you the rolls on this. I've got a max roll of potency. I've got a really good roll on potency. I've got 2 pretty okay rolls on potency, and I've got a bad one. This is a very good mod for Mara, and I don't think I'll be taking this off anytime soon. And my Mara, I forgot to show you earlier, my Mara is 344 speed. This triangle is the most annoying thing that I have sliced. It's rolled everything but speed. So it's got crit chance and 16.4% defense. Great for a tank, but most of the time tanks don't need crit damage and a potency set. And then we have a pretty good crosshair with 24 speed and some tenacity, which is not amazing for Mara, but I can always find something later down the road. In terms of my character, right. Oh, I think I have a Zeta available. So right now, my Zetas are going towards the Bounty Hunters, because it will boost up their ships right now, because I use Bosk's Houndstooth in my current fleet, which is a Home 1 fleet. I use Bosk's Houndstooth, and when you upgrade a character's abilities, include Zetas and includes Omicrons, it speeds up the ship and makes the ship have better stats. And also, Bosk has some very good Zetas, so let me consider what to put on. So I could put on his Unique, which is whenever he loses Taunt, he'll gain it again if the weakest enemy has protection. Okay, that's alright. Whenever an enemy suffers a debuff or resists all banned attacks, that's really good, so I'm going to put that on. As you see, my GP went up to 7,000 there because of the Houndstooth, almost exclusively. And let me just check really quickly, because my Piet can almost be relics. I'm just missing one piece on him, which is this one. Yes, it's available, which means I can get my Piet to gear 13. So let's do this here on video for you. Here we are, gear 13 Piet. He is rather slow right now at 286. Piet really needs to be looking around a 330 speed. But none of his mods are sliced. None of his mods are really going to stay for very long. Let's just relic him up a bit. Relic 1 at least. Yeah, I'll leave it there because I need to save my signal data for the Poncho Bros, as they're quite colloquially known, being Master Qui-Gon Jinn and Padawan Obi-Wan, just over here. So that concludes my account. My almost year-old account, having bought a few Lightspeed bundles and some other minor purchases, like the old Ability Ascension bundles that had like 20 Omicrons in them each, which was extremely good value. And that concludes my account for today. Goodbye, everyone.